So you probably clicked on this video because you wanted to be a writer. Whether it's, short stories, books, screenplays, or you want to write like online articles or wherever, you want to write something that when people read it, they have like a reaction to it, they read it and they're like, wow, this was really good. And the way to do this is to not actually worry about quality all the time, is to get a notebook like this or a notebook like this, open it up, and just start writing a bunch of crap down. Yes, that will help you in the long run. I want to first start this off by saying I am by no means a professional writer, okay? I am just someone who's like always loved writing. Ever since I was like a young kid, I would be on my mom's computer just, typing up little dumb little stories or like writing little like scripts. I used to have like a notebook, like a one like this, where I wrote like a screenplay in it. I don't know where it is anymore. And I don't have a course to sell. I don't have a course. I don't have any coaching stuff. I am just someone who likes writing, and I also really like telling stories. So I've always had the problem of like underwriting and getting stuck on my things. Like I've always seen videos of people like, oh man, it's so hard, dude. I just like keep writing and writing and writing, and then my project balloons into this whole thing, and I'm like, dude, I wish I had that problem, because whenever I sit down to write, okay, I'm like, okay, I'm in an outline first. Oh, this is going to be like maybe 10 pages. I write it and it's like 4 or 5 pages. Every time, dude. Or like when I was doing NaNoWriMo, like 3 or 4 years ago, or maybe it was 2019, I forget what year it was, but I was doing NaNoWriMo and it was like, okay, you guys, you have to do this amount of words every day. That was so hard for me, and my story ended up being so shorter. And I've always had the problem of like just getting stuck on stuff, okay? Like there's been so many times where like I'll have an outline, I'll make an outline, because I'm not one of those people that can just like sit down and write. People like Stephen King, or there's a lot of other people that can just sit down and just write it, dude. I cannot do that. If I sit down and write, I'll just look at the screen. I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm just like, and even with an outline, dude, like I'll start writing and I'll get caught up on like the word choice. I'm like, is that word, is that a good word to use here? And then I just throw it away and I stop doing it. So this is a big problem for me. And like, dude, when I watch like other people's like writing routine videos, or just like, I don't know, like tips and stuff like that, they're like, oh, I just finished my novel. It's 100,000 words. And I finished it in like 1 or 2 months. I'm like, how do you do that, man? Like, how do you finish stuff so easily? I am a overthinker when it comes to stuff like that. Cause it's like, I want it to be perfect, and I know it can't be perfect. I know nothing's perfect. No book or no movie is perfect. But like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I want so bad for this to be good. And like, I'm so worried about people reading it and be like, oh, this is cringe. And then someone makes a whole video about it on YouTube. Hey guys, look at this book right here. This is the worst book I've ever read. This author is so bad. Trash. Boo. So that's why I overthink it, and I actually don't write anything. Like, I've never actually written a full book before. And see, the thing is, I don't really have a problem with coming up with ideas. Like I said, I have notebooks filled with ideas. And like on my Google Docs, dude, I have so many unfinished like stories and stuff like that, and like pages of just ideas of like for TikTok videos, YouTube videos, stories. I have tons of those. It's the execution, okay? It's actually sitting down, picking the idea. I'm like, okay, so how am I gonna plan this out? What's the beginning? What's the middle? What's the end? What are the characters gonna do? What's the arc of it all? How am I gonna make it all flow together and make it make sense, make the plot make sense? That's the hard part, dude. It's the execution of it and making it something that is substantial, and that, like when you read it, you feel satisfied. That's my problem, dude. Like, that's why I start so many stories. I will start writing them. I'll start outline. I get halfway through, and then it's like, oh, I don't know what comes next, or I don't know what scene comes next. So then I just throw it away, and then I start something else. Like, I cannot. That's why I have so much trouble writing a book, because it's like, it's so big, and it's like such a huge investment that's like, you need to like love the idea. And every time I start a book, it's like, I love the idea, but then I just get bored of it. I'm just like, no, I'm done. Bye bye. Bye bye. And it's so aggravating, because I want to write, I want to make a book, I want to have it like hold the book and say, hey guys, look, I wrote this book. I wrote this book, guys. This is my book. You gotta read it, okay? I mean, that would be kind of annoying, but it would be cool. Or like just have it on the shelf back here, dude. Have a book of mine print it out, dude, oh my goodness, that would be so cool. And so that's where this green notebook comes into play. Okay, so this little notebook right here has been through so much. Okay, I've had this thing since like, I think it was 2016, 2017, dude. So I was probably like 13. I was like 13 or 14 when I got this book, dude. And this right here, this is filled with like song lyrics, like hundreds of songs that I've written over the years are all in this journal. Which is like, it's so weird that I like writing songs. Because first of all, is that like, I can't sing. And I don't really have like any musical talent. Like I can't play any instruments. I've tried to make music in the past, dude. And like, I can't get like the melodies right. And also a lot of these songs, they are bad, dude. They are so bad. They're filled with cliches. They're like, you know, typical pop songs where they're just like so vague that they can really apply to anybody. Dude, there's no melodies. Like a lot of the verses are wordy. They don't flow together. There's lots of like country songs. And this is the worst part. There's even raps in here. Yes. Me, 14-year-old me, thought that I was going to make it as a rapper, that I was going to become the next rapper, dude. But I'm still glad that I wrote these. I even have another notebook in my closet, dude, like a black one like this, that has even more songs on it. That one is filled up too. So, why do I like writing song lyrics? I don't know. And like, I do like writing. I do like listening to music. Like, I listen to a lot of music. And when I listen to music, I just like to, you know, listen to lyrics or like go on Genius and just like see how the words like flow and like see how like the words go along with the music and how they fit. And I can guarantee you that most of these songs in both these journals will probably never see the light of day. I also have many other journals too. Like for example, this one right here. This has been a one recently. This is a big one. This is a Moleskine journal. You know, those fancy ones that are like 30 freaking, those ones like 35 bucks. But this one is 400 something pages that I'm almost filled up, you know, with so many ideas, you know, like skits, because it's like, I used to make a lot of skits on my channel, and I still make some short little ones and like for shorts and stuff like that. So I write down all the ideas in here. I mostly write the scripts in here. This one, you know, like I'm almost done with it. I'm hoping to finish it by the end of the year. I think I can. There's not that much left. And this has helped me so much with my creativity, because I feel like this year has been a great year for my writing. You know, I've written a lot of stuff this year. I've written, you know, a lot of like different short stories. I've made, you know, a lot of long form videos on YouTube. I've made like 10 or so like longer videos, because I used to only just make like short little skits, like 1 to 2 minute videos. The longest one I made this year was like 34 minutes that I actually fully scripted out and wrote like a 5 or 6 page script for it. I have other scripts for videos that I have like trashed that I still have on my computer that I haven't yet to be filmed. But that's just all to say that these notebooks have been really helping me. Like I have this one, okay, that like I carry around with me in my pocket. It fits in my pocket, because you know, you never know when you're gonna get an idea for something, okay? Like I'll just be out like walking around like Walmart or something. I'll be like someone's house, or like just sitting around, and I have an idea. I'll take this out, just start scribbling up. But you never know when you're gonna get ideas, dude. Sometimes at work, I'll be at work, dude, and like I get a lot of ideas. I'll get so many ideas at work, and then I'll have to wait till I get home, and then I just forget all of them, which is so bad. Probably so many good ideas have been lost. Sometimes if you don't have any ideas, if like I don't have any ideas, I'll just open it up, you know, and just start writing, okay? You know, it's called like free writing. I've heard free writing, or like I've heard people call it like morning pages, you know, where like I don't do that, where you wake up and you just like write a page, you know, just really fast without really thinking about it. So if you just start writing stuff in it, then you could just come up with something. You could be like, oh wow, because sometimes I don't have nothing and I just start writing, and all of a sudden I'm writing a full page on like something, or just like a topic that I've had in the back of my mind, but like I didn't really, you know, think about it too much. Like one time I was just writing, and I started writing a page about Hitman 3, which is a video game that I've been playing a lot of lately. It's really good. It's really fun. But yeah, that helps you, you know, like just write down stuff and just get your brain, get your creative juices flowing. I think that's the right word. But like, it just helps you as you're writing down to get your creative juices flowing, so you're more likely to come up with more ideas, okay? Or if you don't have any ideas, you can just go look back at all the other stuff you read, and you're like, oh, I forgot that I did that. A journal is like a bank of ideas, and you can go in there and you can loan the ideas anytime you want, dude. That's why it's so important, man, to just write crap. But like, if you want to get good at something, you have to keep doing it over and over again, and practice and practice and practice. You know, like freaking tying your shoe, or like driving, for example. You know, like if you just get in the car once, like first time driving, you're not gonna know. But like you practice multiple times driving. You know, you start out small, and then you go bigger. You know, you learn, you study like the booklets and all that stuff like that. You get better at it, okay? Or like drawing. You know, like artists have big sketchbooks. You know, they practice their drawing different things. You know, they'll do a bunch of like drawings every day. Maybe they'll wake up and they'll draw something every day, so that you can refine your process down, and then you can become better, and you can become more creative. And also, it's just fun, you know, to have these and just look back at all my old stuff, and like, oh wait, dude, that's so cool. Like there's this one notebook that I have, you know, that was from like, I started in like probably 2020, 2019, you know, during the beginning stages of COVID. And then I remember like looking back at that one, dude, it's so cool because there was like, well, I did like 4 entries that were like a little diary, and I just listed all the things that I were doing. It was like April of 2020, dude, and it was so cool to look back at that stuff. And some of the times I wrote like my dreams in there, dude. And so like, it's just like going down memory lane, and then you'll be like, wow, like I've written a lot of cool stuff, you know. It's gonna make you feel a little bit better. You're like, oh, maybe I'm not actually a bad writer. Maybe I'm pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. This is a experiment because I didn't really write. I mean, I did write a script. Look, this is my script. Boom. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little experimental video. I'm trying a new style of content where I do like this stuff, and also maybe like talking about like movies and video games and just like pop culture media, like stories and just stuff like that, creativity. So hope you guys enjoy this stuff, and I'll see you whenever I try to make a video, which is I'm gonna try to do every week. I'm not gonna try to just run away and disappear for a month.